ready? Behind your mic.
Gotcha.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning.
Good morning.
And there's no snow here up north in Aurora. There's a lot of snow.
Keep it there, please.
Yep. It's not sticky.
Okay. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners motions to suspend the February 22nd, 2024 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Human Resources, good morning.
How you guys doing?
Good, good.
So just a few things just to kind of bring you guys up to speed. I think Kelly Jo had come in and talked with you guys about like a software developer position and a JFS budget consultant. I don't know if she did. I'm under the impression she might have, so I'm seeing blanks there, so I apologize.
No, she did. They
Okay, yeah.
mentioned it.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So that's what we went ahead and got these job descriptions kind of through the roof so we can get these postings up and out, so.
Yeah, because we approved them to go
Yes.
forward for the description.
Correct.
So.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So so that's that. And then the last one about the revision. What we did was he took two job descriptions, a JFS trainer and quality assurance, and we blended them together. We've been having some difficulty finding a quality assurance person, so we blended those together, and that's what that number 8 journal entry is. That so it's that revision and renaming of that of those current positions into the people that are currently in there. Okay. Other than that,
Anything
that's
else?
Nope, that's it. Just wanted to give you a little background on
Thank you.
those things.
Okay. The Board of Commissioners agrees to approve leave without pay for Barbara Castro at Jobs and Family Services from January 17th, 2024 through April 17th, 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Okay, in accordance with section 305.30 of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396, part 9I, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval too. I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners approves the new software developer job description for Portage Jobs and Family Services.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the 3-day internal posting of the full-time software developer for the Portage County Jobs and Family Services with external posting if no internal appointment is made.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners approves the JFS Budget and Finance Consultant job description for Portage Jobs and Family Services.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the hire of Jason Westfall, electrician, Portage County Water Resources to be effective as of Monday, February 26, 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Thomas Garrow for Regional Wastewater Treatment Operator in Training, Portage County Water Resources to be effective as of Thursday, February 22nd, 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the 7-day internal posting of the full-time Regional Wastewater Treatment Operator in Training for Portage County Water Resources Department with external posting if no internal appointment is made.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the revision of the training specialist job description, including renaming job description to JFS Quality Assurance Training Specialist for Jobs and Family Services.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I think I missed one. Did I miss number
No.
7?
No.
No.
You're good.
No, okay. Number 9, I'll make a motion to authorize the revision of Child and Adult Protective Services Trainer job description, including renaming job description to CAPS Quality Assurance Training Specialist for Jobs and Family Service Department.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the anniversary and/or step increases for the following non-bargaining employees: Robert Wolf, Lee Benson, Denise Sheridan, Melissa Click, Jessica Plymouth, Dustin Dickerson, Dory Bodilla, Teresa Besaw.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Okay, in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1, the Board of Commissioners moves into executive session to consider the compensation of a public employee.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Is there any action?
No action.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jackie.
Oh, Jackie.
Good morning, Jackie. Morning, Shannon.
Morning.
All right.
So I have 3 discussion items this
What?
morning. I
Only
know.
one per session, Jackie.
Just kidding. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so item 1, that's State of Ohio capital budget funding. It was brought to our attention by Commissioner Tinlin that the State of Ohio is accepting requests for capital funding out of their capital budget. The state, we would fill out an application and then the state rep would take it to their budget meeting. So Commissioner Tinlin has recommended that we fill out the questionnaire regarding the carport and the fencing at the Portage County Sheriff's Office. So because this is very much in the same vein as a grant application, we felt this needed to come to the board for discussion and decision.
So wait a minute, what did you just say? We already applied for the grant?
So
No,
there's a questionnaire.
No,
and
we haven't.
We're in the middle of filling out the questionnaire.
Oh.
So, but it should be a resolution and a decision on the board's part to fill out that questionnaire and submit it.
So the money you're speaking of, or Mike, I'll go you or she.
Yeah.
So the money that you found out that there's a not a grant, it's called something else?
One of the state representatives
Yep.
had some capital improvement funds
Mhm.
that could possibly be available.
Okay.
It's not even applying for a grant, it's just explaining to them
What we want.
what we would like to do. And they take it to the House and make a decision.
Cool. Is it, are we asking for a number? Do we know what we
We
want?
do.
What are we asking for?
We have 1.2 million is what was quoted.
That's that was
Those two things we were talking about?
when
For
I
the
worked
fence
with
and the-
Shannon,
Mhm. The
when we
awning?
got a request.
Yeah, and that awning went from the
Just the
front of the
building
building to the back of the building. The
Correct.
whole-
Well, that
whole-
brings me to Shannon. Are there other projects that we could apply for funding for capital improvements through this?
I don't know enough about it.
Or
I don't
was-
really know that much about.
was
Because
that-
I think if
was
we're
that
gonna
just for
apply,
police?
we should
Or safety?
apply.
No, it's their, you know how they
Yeah,
operate.
they have money
Yeah.
and say, hey, come get it.
Yeah, they take the request
Yeah.
to the board, and
Yeah.
that was my request.
Yeah, cool. I'm good by that. So apparently we need to find out more about it, so
Yeah,
if we need to
'cause we don't wanna
request
just-
something else.
Operate in a silo if there's capital funding. I thought that funding was already spoken
It
for. I
was
know they had the
not.
Ohio funds. They had the Ohio funds and they just,
Representative Steve Demetrio will be requesting that for us
oh, okay.
on the floor.
Cool.
Yeah, I wondered if it was Demetrio or Pavlika because she never said anything.
Demetrio requested it through me, and I told him I would make the request.
Very well.
Okay.
Well, the board will make the request actually.
Yeah.
It has
So,
to be.
Yeah.
so do,
Exactly.
So bring resolution.
Really?
we can do
Yeah.
resolution.
okay, we
Yeah,
have a
and then
resolution
Seriously?
for
We'll
this
authorize
particular
Cody to
project.
sign.
Do we have to have a resolution for this?
I believe for our internal decision, we do, but
Do we have one ready?
yes.
And we don't even know that it's going to come forward
Happen. We're just, we're
for
doing
the
it.
board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the board.
No.
Yeah. Sabrina would read the paragraph at
Resolution.
the top. She
Yep.
could read that top if you would like.
Do you have it ready?
Yep.
Yeah. And we're not signing anything. It's
No.
just a
We
matter
We're
are
of.
seeing
not.
if we can get it.
It's,
Yeah,
we're
it's
filling
simply a
out the-
request that anyone in government can make the request.
So that brings my attention to if there's, I wonder how much money's there that we might have other requests
They're
as
not
well.
gonna tell you. And you know that.
Oh, no, that's not true. Gail would tell us.
Well, then how much?
I know, I'll ask her. I'll find out and I'll get back.
Let's read the resolution.
Okay. I'll make a motion to authorize the request on behalf of the Portage County Board of Commissioners to the Ohio House of Representatives capital budget for the construction of a carport and fencing at the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes!
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes. Mike, did you have that?
Okay.
Please move on.
Discussion item number 2 is the public defender staffing. So the public defender was here last week talking about additional staffing needs. And I have a quick analysis here. They were talking about 2 additional felony attorneys and a legal assistant that they were needing.
Mike, you need a job?
I've got one, but thank you, Commissioner, thank you very much.
I was just thinking of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie.
Okay, so this is just a financial snapshot of what 2 additional felony attorneys and 1 additional legal assistant would likely cost the county, and factoring in the OPD reimbursement. So they also added in equipment needs and furniture needs. Public Defender's Office quoted $3,500 for their furniture need total. I would estimate that that's gonna be more than that for 3 people, for desks and everything. So this is, I show year 1, year 2, and year 3 estimates, assuming that benefits costs are gonna go up, and probably the OPD reimbursement is likely gonna go down a bit each year, because we've seen it trending down. It might be a little high to say it's going down 5% each year, but that's what it's been doing each year. So year 1, the total cost if we hire all 3, and this is annualized, and the equipment and the furniture, the cost of the county would be about $45,000. Year 2, with benefits increasing and potential reimbursement decreasing, the cost of the county would be about $60,000. And then in year 3, again, benefits costs going up and OPD reimbursement potentially going down, the total cost would be about $80,000.
So my next question is, do we have a choice?
We always have a choice.
I know. So the choice is that the public defender, they can, by requirements, and where the numbers that he gave us, it's likelihood that this is a thing that really should be done?
Yes, I mean, I think there's a definite need with their caseload. I would say we could step into it though, possibly. We could hire, 1 attorney and a legal assistant, and then see how that goes and hire another attorney.
I know he made it pretty clear and what the numbers are, and they've done without for a long time, and so I would be for them to bring up to closer personnel. Okay.
So
Any questions either? Questions?
So do we want to move forward with? Okay.
Mine.
All right. I will work
Just so it
with
comes to the
HR.
whole board.
Okay.
Yeah, not operating in silo.
Jackie, what else you got?
When nobody else is here.
Discussion item number 3, the equitable sharing agreement certification for the Sheriff's Office Drug Task Force. I did finally get a hold of the Department of Justice, and they said it would be okay for us to hold off on signing that document until we figure out everything with the legal discussion between the old task force and the existing task force. Until all of that is settled, we can hold off on signing that document.
So we had that discussion, and that drug task force started at 81 or something, Portage County's drug task force, the 81. And the glitch was we couldn't find anything that the Board of Commissioners, supposedly the governing body, has ever signed anything for. Is there something changed?
Well, the DOJ is insisting that should have been done all along, and this is to sort of get everything where it should be. But it's also interesting because I think equitable sharing stopped for drug task forces in 2018. So ultimately,
tell me what the equitable sharing means.
When there are seizures or anything that our sheriff's office is a part of, they get a portion of whatever is seized.
And they split it up between the prosecutor there and other
Correct.
informants.
So we have a small balance in the account, and ultimately I think they want us to utilize that, or the task force to utilize that kind of be done with it and sign off on it.
So that goes to the next question. If they have that little balance there, and there's, I believe there's some court information that's out there, that that money's been there, and that disagreement, how's that gonna affect us until they settle that in court?
I believe ultimately the money will stay where it is until there's a decision, and then
Correct.
it'll probably be broken up.
And there's a small, that's relatively small number.
Yeah.
That's there.
So, but ultimately, we can wait until that's all done, I think, and then we can sign off on the document.
That sounds like a good idea. And the last question, the last thing you had told me about that, because we're the governing body, is the money supposed to come through the Board of Commissioners, or is it just as it's been going and nobody ever knew what was going on?
It's supposed to be run through our financial system. And as far as I can tell, the money that is being reported has been run through our financial system. We just haven't signed off on the reports. The commissioners haven't signed off on the reports.
So
Can we
we've
get
never,
the reports?
we've never seen a report.
For the task force, no. For
And
the sheriff's
that's something
office,
that's
yes.
supposed to happen now?
Yes.
And the DOJ is the one that's telling us this is the way it's supposed to be?
Well, you know what? I think there's about 100 and some thousand in that account. Is that what we're talking about? What's in that?
For the
account?
task force, it's
13,000.
13,000.
Oh, it's only 13.
Yeah, the
That's
sheriff's
nice.
office one is higher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's two different ones.
But maybe I just heard that
Yep.
when it disbanded, it had more in it. So
That's the problem that they're bringing
they're
home to
trying to
court.
figure out.
Yeah.
So I think we're okay to just hold off on that until we
Okay.
figure out
Okay.
where that
You have
is.
contact number now, you can call
Mhm.
somebody and say,
Yes.
help. Okay, all right, thank you.
Good.
You good?
Okay. Anything else before I get on autopilot?
No, I think that's it.
All right. The Board of Commissioners signed the partial release of mortgage for the property at 850 Jones, Ravenna, Ohio 44266 as part of the Portage Homes 3 Limited Partnership as requested by Neighborhood Development Services. Documents reviewed by the Department of Budget and Finance with no exceptions noted.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Okay, in accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396 and this board's resolution 21-0878, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval too. I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to pay process the February 22nd, 2024 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then and nows as applicable, contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to process the February 22nd, 2024 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to declare obsolete and authorize the sale of public auction of a vehicle from the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 0001 General Fund to 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the grant award of the Office of Criminal Justice Services Violence Against Women Grant VAWA for Domestic Violence Intervention Project for grant year 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to amend Resolution 24-0128 to create Fund 5442 for the PCW 22 OWDA 10005 for Portage County Water Resources.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
All right.
Janet, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. I have some project updates. You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Here you go, Michelle.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
At the administration building, we have our project meeting for the new generator on March 12th. Now that we're getting closer, it's been almost a year.
Close to what?
It's almost been a year, so
Yes.
since we ordered it. So now we need to all get on the same page for the plumbing that needs to be ran for the gas, the electrical panel.
Where's that
needs to be
generator
installed.
at?
It's gonna go right up. You know where we're at? Like it's right across the parking lot. It's
Okay.
gonna be on that pad.
Oh, okay.
We used to have a really tall tower there. That big old chimney stack there. It was like 30. It was really tall.
That's
They
what
tore down
Hummel
well.
took down.
Yep. So we have to pour a little bit more on the pad, put the generator there, punch through the wall, and get rid of the old generator, and we should be good to go. And
Alright, perfect.
have an elevator on it, and that would be nice.
All right, perfect.
Let's see. So at the administration building on page 2, we've started on the second floor. If you recall, JFS requested to have a break room. So we ran the plumbing in there. JFS is gonna paint actually, I believe, this weekend. And then we can get the flooring put in and we'll put a nice, countertop in with a sink and
Aw.
stuff for them. So she'll be happy about
Good,
that.
yeah.
And then the fob for the stairwell for the veteran services is complete. The F-lot, this is a new one, the F-lot fence repair. Over the years, when we do snow plowing, you kind of push the fence away, so we have to repair it. The fencing, it's a maintenance project cost, though, but it needs to be done before it starts
Yeah.
collapsing. If you go to page 4, the Ravenna Courthouse, for the elevators, they're running the hoistways, the wiring that, for the elevator itself. They said probably about 3 more solid weeks of work, and then they'll schedule inspections. They hope to have it running in 5 to 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
It's just very time consuming just because of the noise, and working with schedules, so. And then they'll come here, so that'll be nice. On page 5, probate court. So the contractor is kind of pulling out of the renovation that they did. We just have a small punch list, basically, painting, drywall patching. He's very ill. He's actually in a different country, and the family's going to the country now to see him. It doesn't look like it's going so well, so we're gonna have a meeting with the son when he gets back into town and just go over the deductions for the paint and the drywall, and we'll either have maintenance finish it, or we'll just have a painter finish it of our own. So,
Cool.
Judge Doherty's carpet, we have it scheduled for March 20th through the 29th in that time frame, as that's when the jury chairs can also be put in.
Oh, good.
So we're trying to schedule it with the furniture people as well. The front doors at the courthouse, both sets of front doors have been needing to be replaced for probably the past 5 years. We've spent quite a bit of money band-aiding them. They get used constantly.
Yeah.
So we're getting costs on both sets of doors so that we can replace them. It'll be expensive just because, you have the handicap buttons and stuff that have to be done. And then on page 6, I have quite a few for the Riddle Block building. These are just coming up. They're usually, a lot of them are annual maintenance, or probably every 4 or 5 years. Not the public defender, though. We did meet with the architect and the public defender and Tammy to go over how they would like that floor set up.
Yep.
So they're gonna give us a cost for the architectural fees and then for the space itself. So we just met, so it'll probably be a couple weeks before we
Okay.
hear anything.
That's good.
We have to replace the awnings on the Chestnut side, where
Yeah.
we lease. They get really frayed over with the winds. They've already been approved by the Historical Society, so we usually keep the same ones and replace them every 5 to 7 years. Replacing of the carpeting on the 3rd and 4th floor, the stairwells and the landings. As you recall, we did the 1st and 2nd floor. Now we need to do the additional stairwells because they're starting to fray too. We'd love to do all of the carpet in there, but it's a big job in there. So
Are we
we're
gonna get rid of the tape on the?
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the
frames?
tape.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, right?
very cool.
And we're also getting quotes on painting the hallways. It's very dark. I mean, it's very
Get rid of
dated in
purple?
there. No more purple and
Is
red
that
and
paint
green.
or is that
That's paper.
wallpaper?
There's some border
yeah.
there and some
And taped
paint.
on, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So
'cause
we're trying to get quotes. We might have to do it in phases, like maybe do like one floor 1 year and do another. But we want to lighten it up, kind of like a lighter gray, just to brighten it in there because it's so dark in there. So we're getting quotes. We're having a couple of people giving us quotes for that. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
And then several resolutions.
Oh, Sharon.
I
How
know.
many pages?
Just one, right?
Okay. I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners approves the specifications for acrylic water-based traffic paint for use by the Portage County Engineer and set time and date for receiving bids for same.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners approves specifications for various aggregate materials for use by the Portage County Engineer and set time for receiving bids for the same.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Portage County Board of Commissioners approves specifications for highway materials for use by the Portage County engineer and set time for receiving bids for same.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners approves specification for bituminous liquids for use by the Portage County engineer and set time for receiving bids for same.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners accepts Maple Crest Parkway and International Drive in the Maple Crest Parkway Subdivision Phase 2 in Brimfield Township, Portage County.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to conditional acceptance of substantial completion of street, storm sewer, and drainage improvements in the Maple Crest Parkway Extension, Brimfield Township.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to accept the surety bond and performance agreement for construction of street, storm sewer, and drain improvements for the Wingfoot Estates Development, Suffield Township, Portage County.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into a golf cart use agreement with A&A Security Services, Inc. to provide security services.
Second.
Is that every year that we have to do that?
So we just bought it last year, so we did it with the old company, and we need
Because
to
we
switched
to make
security
switch companies, security
Okay.
companies, but we don't have to do it every
Okay,
year. We just
right.
need to do it one time.
Yes. Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement for wireless emergency notification systems, known as WENS, with the Portage County Emergency Management Agency and Inspiring Logistics.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners accepts bids and awards contracts for electrical maintenance and repair services for the Portage County Water Resources Department.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you all.
Appreciate
Thanks.
Thanks.
it. Major Lambert, you and Mike are up.
Sir, mic's up.
Mike's up.
Okay.
I thought you were
and-
the supporting cast. So.
Okay, and
Yes,
yes,
executive,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go here in a minute here. In accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G4, the Board of Commissioners moves into the executive session reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Thank you. So is everybody staying? Everybody's staying. Okay.
Yep. Except for Cassidy.
It's a party.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Is there any action?
No action. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Major. Thanks for coming in. I don't think I'd want a union negotiator.
No.
Oh my God, my head was spinning. I'm like, come on in.
Hey there, how are you? Hi, ladies.
Hi, ladies.
And gentlemen.
And hi, Tim.
Hi.
Glad you recognized. Okay, got a little bit of stuff for you guys today.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Exciting, kicking back the year
Thank
up
you.
again.
Yeah.
Needs
Look,
a springtime.
we have our shamrocks on.
Exactly, I love the festivities.
And I have a pen on already.
Oh my gosh,
And I have a
just
green,
went-
and I have a green ribbon around my neck.
That's good.
Michael, you got a pin now, so at least you know I have that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started.
Yes, ma'am.
So just a reminder, my name is Jessica Housel. I'm the 4-H educator here in Portage County. So the 4-H program in itself is kind of run by me and then of course my colleagues. So I do have here today, this is Jill Halligan. Jill is our
Yep.
program assistant. And then if you remember Hannah Kennedy, she's still with us as our student
Great.
intern. So they've been great help with the program. And then we also brought a guest today. We have our adult volunteer, past youth member, Tanner Gordon. And I'll give him time to talk at the very end just to give an update. But so we're here today, of course, to talk about 4-H and kind of, we do this annually to establish our proclamation here in the county. This is something we do. Ohio 4-H as a whole celebrates Ohio 4-H Week. So starting next week, Sunday to Saturday. It's a whole week-long event where we hope to recognize 4-H in all of 88 counties. And so this is just our step here in Portage County to make that happen here. So what I provided with you today, just right up top, is just a bunch of little things, because I couldn't really remember what I was able to give you last time. We met with you in the fall, but these are just some things that we've created since then. So the first thing up there, I just wanted to kind of give you a rundown of what we promote here in the county. So there is a little pamphlet there about how to donate to the program, if anybody is interested in getting involved that way, and investing in our youth in that way. And then the other part, or other brochure there is how to join 4-H, and if you open that up, you will see the list of all of our 36 clubs that we have in the county, with the contact information and everything that those clubs have to offer. So that's just a great little wrap up of how I get 4-H to someone who may not know what 4-H is. So that's usually the thing that I start out with first. And then there's two really nice printed booklets there for you. Those were provided by the Ohio 4-H Foundation this year. Yes, they're very nice, very good things that they produce for us as marketing material. But they do an annual impact report, and that just gives the rundown of across Ohio, what numbers we're seeing, how many youth are getting involved, youth in the program as well as youth we've reached outside of the program who may not be considered an actual 4-H member. And then it kind of just breaks down what we're doing in Ohio 4-H, what we're kind of promoting at a state level, and then that trickles down, of course, into our counties. And then behind that was something that they created this last year. It's from Clovers to Careers. And it's just a book highlighting how 4-H helps to promote youth and getting into those careers. Usually, agricultural focus, but not always, of course. So it was a really nice print that they had made, and I really do encourage you to take a look at it. I'm not sure if you might recognize some people within that book. If you do kind of chat with agricultural people from across the state, I'm sure you might see some familiar faces in there. But so I just wanted to give you that material today. But what we wanted to kind of focus as our highlight for the proclamation is just our impact of our volunteers. So in Portage County, at this current moment, we have 175, and there is a little, just one-page fact sheet there for you, so you can read that later. But we have 175 active volunteers that help make our program possible, and these are just adults within the county that take their personal time to, meet with our youth, meet outside in committee meetings, to help the fairgrounds, of course, with junior fair aspect, and then 4-H falls within junior fair. So all of these adults are the reason why this program happens, and all of their passion is to ensure that youth are, positively developing through their childhood. And we're welcoming 26 new volunteers this year. So
That's a big class.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's
We had
fantastic.
a very large jump, and I'm not entirely sure kind of why that happens, but I think the last few years I've been able to do better about really getting the word to them about kind of transition planning and ensuring that, you know, our ratios are where we need to be. So we have clubs that are growing. We have a lot of youth members that are getting into these clubs, and it feels like some of our clubs are capping with the amount of ways that they can serve, and so to help with the influx of youth members, we need to add on a lot of more adults to help with that ratio. So I do think that they've done better to promote within their own, families and households and friends to get them involved to come be volunteers for the program. So I do think that's maybe where that jump came from.
Excellent.
So we're hopefully going to have over 200 approved volunteers this year, as long as everybody stays with.
What's the max that you've had for volunteers?
Ooh, the history of Max
No?
Volunteers, I don't really know the history of that. I don't believe we've ever had more than 200. I
Okay.
think that we've only ever climbed.
Okay.
So we are just reaching really good substantial numbers now. And that's supporting over 800 youth. So
Wow.
it's a good ratio we've got.
I was just gonna say, I was just at I think it's the Market Masters.
Yes.
They had a spaghetti fundraiser
Yes,
I was
they
at
did.
on Sunday, and I was impressed with all the youth and the kids that were there.
Yeah, Market Masters is a very large program. They have a very large beef and lamb that they bring to the fair. And they have a great group of volunteers. I meet with them very often because they have a lot of youth that they need help with.
Yeah,
So
and it
they
was
come to
really
me
good.
yeah, and they have their spaghetti dinner is amazing. So
Excellent.
I'm glad you were able to make it. But to continue rolling, one other thing I did put in there. So Hannah, she was able to make this little snapshot. You'll see there's a little green page
Yep.
of quotes. So every year our volunteers have to go through an annual training. And that's just to make sure that they're up to date with any state requirements. And then we just give them a training on how to work appropriately with youth, and then any updates on how to make our program better. So this year we had Jill run a session on surveying our volunteers just to see what they do in the program, what they may need help with, and why they volunteer for the program. So that little snapshot there is quotes that Hannah put together for us in a nice colorful format of why our volunteers are volunteering in this program. So it's just a nice little collection, little snapshot to kind of see the impact that our volunteers are making in the county.
Some of the volunteers, are they just people that are associated with 4-H or parents or uncles, aunts and stuff, or are there people that say, hey, I'd like to just donate my time and have never had anything to do with 4-H?
So we have that all across the board. So we have people who grew up in the program themselves, either within Portage County or outside of the county, and they just want to give back to 4-H as a whole. And so usually it's their parents, grandparents, siblings, children that also get involved in that volunteering aspect. But we do have plenty of volunteers that learn about the program either because they have a passion for youth development, or maybe they like getting involved, in education in some kind of way. And so that's where they see themselves and can tie themselves in with becoming a volunteer for a youth program that focuses on positive youth development and education. So it's a wide variety. We have a lot of old teachers, past coaches and things like that. It's just a very good collective pot of people that like to give back to the community and of course to our youth and
Thank you.
as a whole, of course. So I did bring Tanner. Tanner is a great example of one of those people that are just willing to continue to give their time for the program that helped them. So Tanner, I'm going to go ahead and let him kind of talk about the impact that 4-H has had on his life, and that transition from being a youth member and now an adult volunteer.
Yeah, so like you said, my name's Tanner Gordon. I've had the honor of speaking before Sabrina, but I don't think I've met you two gentlemen. So yeah, I just kind of want to talk about how 4-H I was involved as a youth, as well as how it's translated into my career today, and how I'm giving back still. So these are all of my opportunities. You don't have to read them all. As a 4-H, I'll go through a couple of them. But I was a 4-H member for 9 years. I was involved in 2 or 3 different 4-H clubs, as well as I was on Junior Fair Board. I served on our state fashion board for a year. I was a advisory committee rep. I was a horse committee rep. I was a camp counselor as well. I did camp counseling for 4 years. That was one of our summer programs that we offer for our youth in 4-H as well as outside of 4-H. I'm, as far as I know, I'm the only person in our county to serve as all 3 of our royalty positions. In 2016, I was our Canine King. In 2017, I was our Junior Fair King. And in 2019, I was our Saddle Horse King. So lots of leadership opportunities through our 4-H program, as well as trying to, having those opportunities to, try to recruit members to join different projects. This was probably one of our favorite trips that I've ever took. It's Citizen Washington Focus. It is one of our trips that we go down to not down, but across to our state capitol in DC. We learn about, kind of how our government works. We get to we toured the House of Representatives, the Senate, just kind of learning more about how politics work, as well as how they affect our they affect our 4-H program, specifically for us, like our Portage County 4-H program. And then these were 2 opportunities that I got to compete as Saddle Horse King, 2 national competitions that I got to compete in. It was our Eastern National Youth Roundup in Kentucky, as well as our Quarter Horse Congress that's down in Columbus. I got to participate in our public speaking contest. I know last time I spoke to the commissioners, that's what I talked about. I spoke on equine recurrent uveitis, which is basically just blindness in horses. So 4-H through my whole life has offered me opportunities to, grow in our county as well as on our state, and I've even got the opportunity to go on to the national level 4-H. So kind of where I'm at now. I know Jess talked a little bit on the pamphlet that she gave you about 4-H to careers. I totally credit 4-H for my career today. I'm a field data technician, so basically I'm a telecommunications engineer. 4-H over the last 10-ish so years has kind of started to grow on the agricultural as to going into STEM careers, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. So if you would ask me as a 10-year-old if I would ever go into an engineering field, I would have told you heck no. But I'm working as an engineering. I actually was recruited by my current company to start an engineering firm in the telecommunications world. So over the last 2 years, I've just been helping our company build an engineering firm, and all of the leadership skills that I've learned in 4-H, as well as, doing the science, technology, engineering, math, all the STEM fields, all activities and participation throughout has definitely helped me. So kind of how I'm volunteering today, like you said, I'm an adult volunteer. I volunteer on a club level. I am my club's life skill advisor. I help all my clubs take anything outside of our animal projects. So that's our sewing, our cooking, our nutrition. We have shooting sports. We have basically anything outside of showing an animal at the fair they can take through our life skills. I'm actually our advisory committee president. Our advisory committee, a lot of people don't understand what we do, but that is the one committee that works directly alongside Jessica and our extension office and helps plan out our 4-H program in the county. We provide support. We do a volunteer banquet in October, as well as we offer funds for, if our office staff needs stuff, we can offer funds to them. We are doing a yard sale that we're raising money to get more funds for that, as well as we put on activities for our youth. During the fair, we have our Midnight Madness, which is sponsored by our advisory committee. And then last, which is new, is I am our Dean of Men for camp. So I'm coming back from being a counselor, and then I'm going, so my job at camp is just, I'm that extra support for our counselors as they are running the camp and anything that they need, as well as I'm helping Jess alongside train them as well to get them to be the best that they can. And that is it. So thank you guys for your support
Very
of our
much.
county. I hope.
Great explanation. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here. We do have a proclamation for
you guys today.
Proclamation, Ohio 4-H Week proclamation, March 3rd through March 9th, 2024. Whereas the young people of Ohio, Portage County, are one of the greatest assets. The 4-H program has assisted in the growth and development of Ohio and Portage County youth for the past 122 years. And
Whereas 4-H originally began as an organization for farm children, today it emphasizes leadership development, civic engagement, healthy living, STEM skills, career awareness, and workforce development, empowering Ohio's youth with the skills to lead for a lifetime. And whereas 4-H alumni are 10% more likely to have a college degree, 4 times more likely to give back to their communities, thank you Tanner and everyone, and 2 times more likely to make healthier choices than their counterparts who were not in 4-H. And whereas Ohio 4-H encourages people and adults to become involved in the educational programs offered by the 4-H program in Portage County through Ohio State University Extension and the OSU College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Services. And whereas
Ohio 4-H encourages young people and adults to become involved in the educational programs offered by the 4-H program in Portage County through Ohio State University Extension and the OSU College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental. And whereas 4-H is America's largest youth developmental organization, supporting more than 6 million children throughout the country, including 156,762 just in Ohio.
wow.
And Ohioans enjoy seeing the many and varied 4-H projects in livestock and fine arts and photography and computer science each year at their county fairs and the Ohio State Fair. Let it be resolved that we, the Board of County Commissioners of Portage County, do declare and proclaim the week of March 3rd through the 9th, 2024, to be Ohio 4-H Week, and urge all citizens to assist in according this observation and the attention and importance to which it is so rightly entitled. Now, therefore, be it resolved, signed by your 3 Portage County Commissioners.
So we want to get a photo op. So if you guys want to come up here.
Sure.
Slide.
Or you can sit down here, whatever's
Whichever is
comfortable.
easier.
Highlighter.
You sit down there? Okay, we'll stand here and they can stand there.
And
Or
sit.
sit, I mean, whatever.
Sit, whichever, no,
If it's too wide, if we have everybody.
Do we want to sit and stand?
we're okay? If-
Crouch, Tanner, crouch.
I know.
There you go.
Sorry.
Here, you can bring up another chair.
That works.
You wanna do that? We're so difficult.
I don't know. It's
You
one of the
stand. You're
sit-ups.
shorter than
There
I
we go.
am.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
You good?
Oh, that's good.
As long as everybody's heads are seen.
Nice, okay. Get 1, get 2. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and
Gentlemen,
gentlemen.
thank you.
Tanner.
Great job.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
all for
Thank you.
everything you do.
Thank you, of course.
Tanner, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the program.
Oh, our
No
pleasure,
worries.
our pleasure.
I haven't forgot you on the other thing.
You're fine. You're totally fine. Can I have a hug?
Yes.
Oh,
I love Tanner.
That's why I didn't bring him for Friday.
All right.
disrupted our meeting, Tanner.
Okay,
I
thank you.
know. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys again.
Good,
All
you're
right,
welcome,
see
thank
ya.
you. Good morning.
Morning. I love that stuff.
I know. Isn't it good?
Yeah.
I'm amazed what kids do. I grew up in inner city, we did not do anything like that.
Right?
So what's wrong with you?
Huh? That's what I've been
I have
told.
a niece who does,
Yeah, that's very
Browns.
cool.
It's great.
So it looks like we just have, Vanessa, your regular transfers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and start. I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1413 WIA Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second.
Roll call, good. You want to second that?
I did.
Okay.
It was kind of hard to come up.
Roll call,
Yes.
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 Okay, I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund to Fund 1414 Child Support Administration Fund.
Second.
Roll call,
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
yes.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Miss
Vanessa. Have a great day.
You'll do the same.
All right, you want me to do miscellaneous while we're waiting?
Yep.
We got the public hearing at 10:30. All right, I'll jump down there. The Board of Commissioners, I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners signs the February 16th, 2024 correspondence to Morgan Darrow, releasing and terminating the Hall Road Use and Maintenance Agreement issued by the Hartford Fire Insurance Fund under permit and bond in the amount of $320,000. Bond is being released and returned at Fisher Logging LLC's request as recommended by the County Engineer's Office.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledgement of receipt of the February 16th, 2024 Certificate of County Auditor that the total appropriations from each fund do exceed the official estimate of resources as presented by the County Auditor's Office.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledgement of receipt of the February 26th, 2024 Certificate of County Auditor that the total appropriations from each fund do exceed the official estimate of resources as presented by the County Auditor's Office.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the kennel disposition report and intake report for February 12th, 2024 through February 18th, 2024 as presented by the Chief Dog Warden.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the kennel disposition report and intake report for February 19th, 2024 through February 25th, 2024 as presented by the Chief Dog Warden.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
In accordance with ORC Section 325.07, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the Portage County Sheriff's Transportation Report for January 2024 as presented by the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to amend Resolution 24-0088 adopted February 1st, 2024, Portage County Commissioners Board appointments for the year 2024.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion reappointing Chief Brian Byard to the Regional 13 One Ohio Governance Board.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
All right.
Morning, Ryan. Morning, Todd.
Hey, John.
Todd.
You guys.
What's up?
All right. Hey, you know, yesterday we were talking about trash haulers. My stepdad is a regional manager for Rumpke, and he just texted me this morning. It said, they sounds like they may be treating it as a holiday, so they may not do it that day, and then just bump everyone a day.
I figured that was gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. And that's
Now we're
Rumpke.
getting stuck out there.
Yeah,
We're not even close to finishing routes or safety issues.
Yeah.
Assuming the worst.
yeah.
Todd, you're here for the public meeting
At 10:30, yes.
at 10:30?
10:30 yet?
Not yet.
Maybe somewhere.
I'm gonna take a break for 3
You wanna
seconds.
recess?
Recess for a moment. Till 10:30.
Okay.
reconvene as Board of Commissioners. Todd, I believe you're up. Good morning, sir.
We got a recess.
Okay, okay, we are,
Look on
We're-
your, I think, recess. the part.
we're gonna recess into the public meeting to consider revisions of the Portage County Comprehensive Plan. Okay. I'm Commissioner Tony Badalamenti. Good morning from the Board of Commissioners. I'm President of the Board, and I will be called the Thursday, February 29th, 2024 public hearing in order at 10:30 a.m. in the Commissioners' Boardroom at 449 South Meridian Street, Ravenna, Ohio. Other members of the board include Vice President Sabrina Christian Bennett and Board Member Mike Tinlin. The purpose of this hearing, May 18th, 2023, the Board of Commissioners passed a resolution number 23-0322, providing Portage County 2050 Comprehensive Plan. The purpose of this hearing today is to provide an overview of the revisions made to the plan and allow the general public the opportunity to provide any comments. Notice of this hearing was published in the Record Courier newspaper on February 11th, 18th, 25th, 2024. Copy of the revised plan has been on display at the Commissioner's office and the Regional Planning Commission's office. Okay. I'd like to swear in any of those who'd like to speak today. And can anyone that would like to speak today during the public meeting hearing, please stand up. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Todd, you're up, sir.
Okay, great. So as we talked before about the comprehensive plan, which was adopted May 18th, 2023, it's a living document, needs to be amended every so often. Back in August of last year, we were made aware of there were some changes in implementation tables.
Mhm.
And so we met with Michelle and staff. I think at the end of October, we finished the draft changes for this in November. And then we, because of the holidays, we decided to, push it. It wasn't an urgent change. In fact, it's just more or less just better clarifying who's doing what. It's basically the implementation is just what is the strategy, who's the leader of that strategy or leaders of that strategy, who are the secondary partners, the time frame, and then what does success look like. So in a couple instances, we have there were some changes because when we talked with the commissioners, anything that wasn't health, safety, or I guess health, safety, and welfare, you guys didn't want to be. So we made some changes like that. We had some changes in personnel naming, like a grant administrator has been changed to a grant coordinator. We have a public information officer. One doesn't exist, but it's something that you may have in the next 50 years. So we're supposed to put to be determined. As we did most of that, and then yesterday. I don't know how you want to go through it because it's pretty straightforward. But
You had just said, that grant coordinator, I have it crossed off here.
It should be crossed off.
Okay, I thought you said.
It's a grant coordinator. There was a grant administrator when we started the plan, and then it changed to grant coordinator.
Okay.
So that's the correct name. So we changed it. Yesterday afternoon, though, we received some information on 6 more, super minor changes, and I have them for you here. On page 136 was one of the changes. It was 1.7C. There was a comment about communicate with local governments, and that was something that they want to flip, like the local governments communicate with the county. So that's one change that we can make. And then we have here on page 141, this is 27B, we had the county administrator in the lead role, and really she should be in the secondary role on that one. So it's just, like I said, a minor change. We have another one, missing PIO footnote. So at the bottom of this page, it said, we mentioned the PIO, Public Information Officer, but there should have been a footnote at the bottom of this page saying to be determined, so I'll make that change. And then the last one was 4.2.C, remove grant coordinator, so it must have said grant coordinator in there. It does say that. On 4.2C, it, you know, it's a grant administrator, but still says, it looks like it's saying grant coordinator, and it's really grant, yeah, that's right.
Just says grant, yeah.
Grant county administrator, coordinator, we don't have.
Well, I didn't get sworn in. Do you want me to?
Go ahead. Pardon?
Do you have to be sworn in?
No, that was just for the
Okay.
public.
So I believe that had to do with the fact that this is, my note here says needs to be removed entirely from this point, and that is because this is referencing community, appropriation for economic development from the county and local governments to be utilized by the Portage Development Board. And our county grant coordinator would really not be a part of the Portage Development Board. They are specific to county-based grant opportunities, so.
Okay, all right, well, we can remember that, it's not like, that's fine.
I
Okay.
think the local communities and private sector would take lead on that.
So those are the changes from what we received since the advertisement went out. We wanted to make sure we got that on the public record, so that it was on the public record. Everything else, was basically what we, you know, Michelle and I and Sarah and Gail had worked on, in the interim. And so we recommend approval of all those. Again, there's just minor changes, recommending who's the lead, who's the secondary, so there's no confusion, and, no, rules that shouldn't be on there, or, you know, like the commissioners, I think the committee, like she was on, for example, Michelle was on the lead coordinator for the airport. That may have been true while the interim was happening, but now that
Yeah.
it's done, Michelle doesn't have to be on there anymore. So, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, I'm good.
No, good.
It's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, and the work is not done.
Nice.
So we want, you know, I still would like to, at some point, sit down with the department heads and talk about this plan, because I don't think they've really understood their roles per chance, and it's really a great thing to do, because once everybody gets on the same page, or the page that they know they need to be working on, we can get things done, and that was the
Yeah.
whole purpose of this.
I don't want this sitting on a shelf.
No, heck no.
So, okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It is.
Good job.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Okay, if there's no other public comment, we'll conclude this public hearing on the revisions of Portage County's comprehensive plan. Make motion to adjourn the hearing?
So moved?
Second? You got it?
Tony?
Second? Roll call? Yes?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
We will reconvene as Board of Commissioners regular session.
Okay.
I need to read the resolution,
And then
please.
I will make a motion to approve revisions to the Portage County 2050 Comprehensive Plan for Portage County as presented by Regional Planning Commission.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. And then,
We got another hearing. We got a recess.
it's 10:45, yes.
Yeah, we
We
got it.
will recess till 10:45.
All right. Okay, we'll reconvene.
Reconvene as Board of Commissioners, and we will move into public hearing. The purpose of this hearing today is to seek citizens' input and discussion on an amendment to the 2022 CDBG Community Development Grant. I'd like to swear in anyone that would like to speak. If you could please stand, anybody that's going to be speaking.
Well, I guess that would be me.
That would be
And I don't know if I'm
I do
speaking
solemnly
either, though.
swear, I do solemnly swear to affirm under the penalties of law and perjury of the state of Ohio that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Please say I do.
I do.
I do. Lisa, discussion, you're up, ma'am.
All right.
Could you come front and center so we can see you on, that's how, yeah. We cleaned that table off just for you.
I need a big table.
Okay, so the purpose of this hearing obviously is to seek citizen input, and what we are doing to the grant, we had a Streetsboro demolition activity, which I have received nothing. Actually, I had one and they pulled out at the last minute. So we don't have any demolition in place to do, so we're moving $52,500 to the Streetsboro Senior Assistance Program. By doing that, that will, because we're assisting more people than what we anticipated, we're up to 97 households.
Wow.
Yeah. We are wanting to increase the frequency of the lawn mowing service. So right now, we're only doing it every 3
Once.
weeks. We like to try to do it
Oh,
every other week.
I thought they were just doing it like one time. Did they switch that? Because they were also doing leaf pickup and.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to relook at the program and figure out, because it's really a lot of services for the amount of money that we're actually putting into the program, based on, in conversation with other contractors for the cost of the services we're offering. So we are gonna relook at that and probably
Okay.
revamp it a little bit this next go around. But that will bring the activity up to $127,500, by doing so.
Is there any other comment? Anybody?
No.
No.
It's a
No
good
pub-
program.
Yeah.
Good program.
It is a good program.
Yeah.
If there's no other public comment, we'll make a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Tony,
Yes?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
We'll reconvene as the Board of Commissioners for the regular meeting.
Okay, I'll make a motion to amend resolution number 22-0707, accepting the Ohio Development Services Agency Office of Community Development for the 2022 CDBG Community Development Grant.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thanks for coming.
Good day.
Is there anything else that come before the board before public comment?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
So I attended a very good training yesterday. It was held at our public health department, as well as EMA hosted. They did a very, very good job. And, you know, there are a lot of community leaders at this meeting, and they were discussing the impact that the upcoming eclipse will have on the community and the routes of travel. And a major concern is for the emergency response. So, without going into too much detail, we have someone who knows far more than I do about this particular situation. So if you'd like to give them a briefing on that.
So the number one concern has always been transportation from the
Yeah.
get-go. And then based on the early projections in population, just like you see at the Randolph Fair where you don't have cell phone service when the population increases in the afternoon, we were expecting similar impacts here because our cell phone tower coverage is based on the population we have in Portage County usually. Recently, probably 2 months ago, there was this other projection put out that we were gonna have a lot less population, maybe a third than what they initially projected. But then some other things have countered that when you're looking at the enrollment in West Branch State Park they're already booked out every campground. They're expanding the campground into the parking lot, and over 50% is out of state. So that was a bit of a tell, okay, wait, are some of these projections gonna happen? Streetsboro hotels, some of them were full. I don't know where the other ones were, but they were getting up near 70, 80%. Aurora was doing it a little bit off the highway. Aurora was not seeing an increase in the Bertram or other hotels there, but now that has slightly increased, talking to Chief Byard yesterday. And then I don't have information on Brimfield or the Kent State Conference Center, but there's a lot of activity going on into Kent. But seeing what West Branch was gonna happen, as well as some ODOT traffic pattern, they were expecting a big impact in Summit County
Oh, you know what I wanted to add was the big elephant in the room is whether or not the fairgrounds is going to get
That's
a
another one.
permit.
Yeah, that's
that
another
will
one.
be a huge
For
impact.
camping at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
When you look at the ODOT projections on the roads, even they have about 5 different projections on population. No matter what, the Turnpike and 76 get impacted.
Have they said anything yet at the fairground about doing anything?
They were
talking about
they
that.
were talking about getting a
The
permit
health
now.
department let us know that they're considering,
And
yeah,
there's-
because they've got showers, they've
Yeah,
got, and they can do
Well,
it.
And as we're getting closer, I know it's been kind of a gaffe, if you will, over the last year or
Yeah.
two. We've been doing this, but as we're getting closer, things are starting to ramp up and get more serious. Communities are starting to do events. Our park district, state parks, other locations, cities,
Yeah.
bunch of little communities, different events, the fairgrounds. So really it's a 50-50. I've had low projections, but then I see the West Branch State Park. Then I have other things, then I see the ODOT projections on traffic problems. Then I look at State Route 43. They're going to be starting a construction project. We talked about yesterday heavily in Streetsboro. 43 right there on the corner of 14 and 43 is going to be under heavy construction during this time. And then 77, as you know, going through Akron, all of the lane changes and everything going on with the development in the Akron area. All that is going to do is back up traffic in the Portage County. Everybody that's transit in the area trying to get to Cleveland for that day is not going to make it. They're all going to get stuck, usually in Portage County. You know, they're not going to get into Cuyahoga. Traffic's going to be backing out. Some of those projections from ODOT have traffic all the way stalemate from, well, at least in yellow where it's very slow, all the way from Akron to Columbus. We're talking a 2-hour drive, going 70 miles an hour.
So I'm having a hard, so people are coming to the hotels, so they're gonna be viewing in place, Streetsboro, Aurora, Twinsburg.
They're
that's the
staying and
idea.
traveling.
Where are they gonna travel to, is the question.
We think Cleveland area is where everybody's being attracted to go to. There's some that we think Kent is marketing heavily.
is
Kent is
having
doing
a
a lot.
lot of
Yeah, they
events.
shut
A
down
lot.
streets, right, or streets?
Yes, they're having a lot of events.
So,
Sunny Lake and Aurora is now hosting an event.
Yeah.
It's called a Clips Over or Sunny Lake or
Yeah.
Clips Over
Yeah,
Aurora.
they're all jumping in on
Right, so
it,
everybody's
yeah.
jumping in on it now. But I think Cleveland's going to be the hot spot. Wayne County's been thrown out as another hot spot. But then there's going to be some that are in place. But I think a lot of people are staying here thinking they're traveling, and it's not.
They're not.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's right, because you had
Yeah.
spoke before, the freeways, maybe people bumper to bumper on the freeways and a food truck. Somebody parks
Sure.
it on the side
Yep.
of the road
Yep.
and just give that.
Of course, the weekend building up to it would be the tell, because that's what our exercise was yesterday. How are we acting over the weekend, and then moving into Monday, and then Monday afternoon. So it is really the gut feeling early on. It's kind of 50-50, but looking at this out of state population, to see South Carolina coming to West Branch State Park in Portage County
Yeah.
is a little bit of a
Maryland,
tell
all
for me.
kinds of
Maryland, a lot of
states.
That's
Pennsylvanians.
exciting to a lot of people.
It is. It is. I'm a little
But then
excited.
Texas
I
had
like
it
astrology,
twice
so
last
it's
year.
exciting.
Yeah.
They had a full eclipse last year.
And then the
Texas-
weather.
That's why you guys.
I know
went
it's
down.
snowing today, but it's been extremely mild. It's going to be extremely mild next week. We have an El Nino in the Pacific. We're getting mild conditions. We went from tornadoes yesterday to snowing today
Yeah.
in February. So no one knows what the weather's going to be
Yeah.
like.
When is
So-
this? Is next weekend?
Yeah, no, April 8th.
April
Next,
8th.
So it's Monday.
Monday.
We have a transit population for work and things of that nature. And why a lot of universities and schools is our teachers are coming from out of town. They're not
Well,
everybody's
you know,
local. so.
I have to say though, for Kent to be attracting people and having multiple events, they seem very prepared with it. I mean, just in their responses, you know, when Mackenzie, I was at the event and when she was asking all these questions, they really seem to have their stuff prepared for the increase.
Yeah. And since I am in a public forum, I'm sorry.
No, you're
I
fine.
do want to recognize Mackenzie. She has worked on this for 2 years.
Yeah.
She
She
did
did.
the event
She
plan.
did.
Absolutely.
She facilitated phenomenally
She did a
yesterday.
great
Everything's
job.
organized. She's really top
She's
notch.
head over heels in
Yeah.
this. This
No,
is that's
she's
great.
excited.
Yeah, she's
And
so
it was
good.
amazing
she's
the
top notch.
turnout. I mean, they kept having to put more and more tables and chairs out.
Yeah.
For all
We
the
had
people.
over 50 individuals yesterday within leadership positions throughout the county.
Mhm.
So I think county engineers shutting down projects for the day. All private contractors are shutting down projects for the day. ODOT's shutting down all private contractors for the day.
So what about, you said Streetsboro? Streetsboro, they're shutting that's shut down?
Well, Streetsboro-
It says it's shut down, and I drive by that every day.
Well,
There hasn't been,
We know traffic in Streetsboro going down 14 into the Cleveland
and
area.
I know how it is when they're putting the water pipes in.
But they are doing a construction project right there on 43
Correct.
by the new fire station in City Hall.
So the question will be, will they be shutting down that day?
Yes, that is an ODOT project.
School.
Okay, ODOT
That is
will
an
be shutting
ODOT
that.
subcontracted
Okay,
project,
got
and
it.
that is shut
Schools
down
are
for the
closed.
day.
Schools closed.
But that doesn't mean we won't have confined lanes. You know, the good point yesterday was construction project's halting, that doesn't mean the lanes are still open. That doesn't,
No.
you know, so we may only have one
There's
lane.
only one lane, there's
Correct.
one each
So
direction
you're
anyway.
still
Yeah.
jamming it up. And the other thing we talked about was the trash haulers, because we were talking about that, and Don, my stepdad's a regional manager for Rumpke, and he said they're just treating it like a holiday. They're not gonna have their
Is that a
trucks.
plug for him?
No, there's not, no, this is for our solid waste. Cause people were gonna start asking staffing,
Yeah.
and the recommendation, Ryan and them were doing was basically glad we had COVID, cause we have this COOP plan now, and something like this, where only the essential employees should come to work, everyone should try to telework, anyone that can telework, you know, just keep them off the road, because as Michelle stated, we have a lot of people that come on 76 to get to work. That's gonna be
Well,
all
yeah.
jammed up.
We don't even know if
Well-
traffic's gonna be cleaned out by 4,
And-
4:30 when we get off work.
Yeah.
And obviously, my concern is EMS and fire getting where they need to
Well,
get.
Wow.
We had a heavy conversation
West
yesterday.
Branch.
We
So-
did.
In the scenario, we had the traffic issues, and then we threw an MVA on the
Yeah.
highway with the
Yeah.
MCI incident,
Yep,
as
Yeah.
well as an altercation down at West Branch State Park.
and that's what
it-
I look at, so.
It stresses resources fast. So,
So, having had that discussion, would the board be in agreement if I were to bring back a journal entry approving shutting down at least the county administration building, commissioner operated buildings, and now the judges obviously can do whatever they wanna do.
Yeah, just have
Um,
essential
other-
employees report like we
yeah.
did with COVID.
Other elected officials, but we, yeah,
I've not
Yeah.
heard from the courthouse.
I looked at the
it's also on Monday.
CCAO's
Inmate
input
release
to
on
it.
Monday is also a concern.
They're kind of 50-50 with a lot of counties closing, a lot of counties are like,
There are 5 other at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're either open till noon or that
You know, a
type of-
lot of them are not even in the line of this.
Right.
The ones that's why a lot of them say, oh, we're staying open, but you gotta look where they're at, cause I was on that chat thing, and I posted what Ryan had sent us, that his recommendation, what they were telling people is, just allow, non-essentials, or people that can work from home, let them work from home that day, and then only the essential people come in that have to come in.
This is
I'll
one of
be
those
with you,
incidents where you're
Brian.
kinda on your own.
I'll be with
You may not get your typical mutual aid, but you know, public service, public works, it's public safety, you
Yeah.
have to be there.
Yeah.
But for the ones-
So Sabrina, would you like to close the office? Except for essential?
Except for essential.
Yeah,
Mr.
I-
Tinlin,
just close it. Yeah.
I'll bring a journal entry to the
please.
board.
Yep,
Yeah,
Okay.
so the staff knows.
Thank you.
thank
Thanks.
you.
And we
Thank
can
you for all
let the
your work.
public get that out.
What are you
to
gonna
the
do with all your
public.
time now that this is done?
What?
Oh, he'll-
You don't
he'll
make
make
stuff
something
going
happen.
on.
He'll make
stuff
something.
done.
There's no, yeah, we
You've
got,
been slacking,
birds are
big
coming
come on
in.
out, come on out. Yeah, we'll show you everything.
Hogs
soon.
are coming in.
Yeah, hey, we got FEMA coming in next week to observe Portage County, so
Yeah.
we're excited for that training that we're hosting, disaster recovery.
Mhm.
We just did Ravenna, I presented with the state of Ohio and Columbus. We're considered one of the best practices, so for FEMA to come out of Chicago and come observe Portage
What'd
County.
that cost you?
Free. That's just nothing but effort, sir.
I'm just checking.
Effort and wherewithal.
Where's the emergency, where's it gonna be at?
We're hosting it at our office.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Your new office ready?
It's there almost. It's
Oh.
the weather.
Stopped
we-
yesterday.
With the weather, we have started concrete. We're months ahead of schedule with concrete.
Yeah,
I know.
that's awesome.
We're,
Just
we're,
think next year, if we have something like this, we can host it there.
hold on one second. Shannon, if you're listening, I apologize. But we're flirting with July.
Yeah.
We're flirting with Summit
Yeah.
Construction. I
Versus
will also
September.
say that in a public meeting. Summit Construction's been absolutely phenomenal.
They worked at inclement
Excellent
weather, too.
contractor. They have been
Yeah.
phenomenal. Their subcontractors have been phenomenal. Their scheduling, their communication, Hob and Sob Architect. You couldn't ask for this. I don't
Shannon.
want to knock on wood. And Shannon,
Shannon's
of
been
course,
amazing.
recognize Shannon all the time. She's been a dream. This project has gone absolute seamless out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Looking
Knock
good.
on wood. Hopefully, we don't have hiccups now. That's when I'm back. Yeah. And we're still navigating the Marks Tower. There's no change order at this time. We have a meeting today at 3:30 with the Suffield site. Just got some legal
Deerfield's in the
agreements.
clear now, but now we're still working on
The
something.
steel's at the steel has arrived to James A. Garfield,
Okay,
and Deerfield's right behind it. So basically, as they finish a section here, they move here,
Yeah.
and then would have moved down to Suffield. The delay, I've been insured, is not going to add any additional costs. Spielman's willing to work with a delay, so that's
Aw,
good.
good.
We will probably have a change order, but we're trying to mitigate how big of a change order. So that 3:30, I'll have a little bit more clarification. A little
Okay.
frustrated, definitely testing patience down there, but we're navigating it the best.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Great job, Brian.
Absolutely.
We applaud you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you a gold sticker.
Little gold star for the
Little-
team. Appreciate that.
Put it on your Air Force uniform.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right.
Thanks,
Is there,
Ryan.
Cassidy, is there any public comment? On the clock? Okay.
Well, I have a comment, and I just want Mike to clarify this. Gail did get back to me, cause I was involved with some of the capital budget requests from other communities on projects that I was working on. And in order to get the capital budget money from the House, all requests had to be in December 20th.
Correct.
So they are done. Any capital budget request, unless it's a special program he's referring to, it would have to come from the Senate, because the Senate's not done with their capital
Correct.
budget money.
Yep.
So will it be coming through the Senate then? Is
Well,
that?
I'm not sure you want me to answer it, but I will if you want
Go
me
ahead.
to.
Yeah.
As you looked over my shoulder when I was typing a letter last year and you said, good luck with that, that was the same request that went to Gail and she didn't push it forward. Steve Demetrio was sent a copy of that
Yeah.
and he approached me with that,
Yeah.
indicating that he wanted to proceed and push it forward. Where he's gonna take it, I can't answer that question.
Yeah, because there's no place in the House to take it. That's what I'm pointing to.
Well, I'm speaking to
So-
Steve, not, so I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, because maybe it's a different, because there's all kinds of funds out there that are coming, that are specialized. So
But
when we say
I-
it's coming from the capital budget, that can't be, because they're done.
Well, that's fine, whatever he
Yeah.
decides to push forward,
Yeah.
because I did give it,
But the
to-
good news is, the Senate hasn't done their capital
Right.
budget approval. So maybe he could work with our Senator Vernon Sykes to push it, or maybe, maybe there is a specific program that.
But once you
can
don't
fund that.
succeed, try again. I
Yeah.
just sent it through again.
Yeah.
So, why
Yeah.
it came to the floor like it did, it's just, it was a request. I can request whatever I want, every day. It's not working
Yeah.
in a silo, it's trying to get things done for the county, so that's what I'm doing.
So, if, Rep. Demetrio asked you to do that,
He
by
did
all
ask,
means.
yes. So, there you have it.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to clarify on that, though, that it's not gonna be
Oh, that's
coming
fine.
from the capital budget, but maybe he has, because there was different funds
Yeah,
that you
I don't
had,
know.
so
I
maybe
really-
that's what he's talking about.
I'm not that familiar with that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Motion
I
to
don't
adjourn?
have anything else.
Motion to adjourn, second? He just made a motion. You
Yeah.
wanna second it?
No,
To
you
adjourn.
just did.
I did.
He did.
He seconded it.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike,
Yes,
Tony,
Yes?
Sabrina.
Yes.
thank you, ma'am.
Are you going to Lincoln dinner?
I am.